Welcome to Supercross 25 again for races 7 through 12, which is going to be the second video out of 3, because the next video is going to be 13 and 17, because there's only 17 rounds. So this race is a triple crown. We had 2 triple crowns in this video, so that's why these this race and the race at Birmingham is very cut up, because I don't want it to last too long, and also because I have to be efficient with this. Well, I don't know, I just really love this game. As you see, I'm already showing you the last lap on the main one. There wasn't really much going on, it was just a back and forth for me, going from 7th to 9th to 10th to 12th, and then back up to 9th where we eventually finish. I almost lost this footage, so if anything, you should be thanking, because area art part also, that's another thing about it, is it's a little corrupted to the point. Some of the parts of this are very weird, like it would spaz out in some instances. That's why I choose these clips, and that's why there's so little clip in the first place. Because we honestly, once I got used to this track, which is, I don't remember what track this is. I think it's Arlington. Yeah, this is Arlington. Once I got used to the Arlington track, I started hitting the rhythms way better than I usually do with most of my races. And then there, I have it happen a couple more times where, for some reason, I have my finger on the trigger, like full throttle, as I take out Air Plus in there. I'll hit full throttle, and it just doesn't want to go. I have to tap it. And right there, I found the sweet spot of being off the track and still not getting slowed down. That race was just pretty boring, that main, because even though we had the lead, kind of just got pushed back to third, and that's where we just set for the rest of the race also, so it didn't really matter, especially with the footage being bugged out, besides the parts I lit in. We finished 12th overall.
There's no doubt who's
no, not 12th, 11th overall, I'm stupid, sorry. Now we move on to Daytona, where you can actually see me race.
We'll find out very soon.
Honestly, this video is a little more cut up than I usually cut up, so that was my mistake. But just to tell you that I do love this game. Or I wouldn't be playing this in general. I've kind of forgot how to edit when I did this for some reason. But after that first lap, we get next to Pardo right there. They round it for 5th. As you see, plus Singer and Stewart for 3rd. So they was a little cheaper than I am, but everybody kept people saying like that. This race, it was kind of boring, the fact that it was very spread out, but we eventually, I believe Aaron Plessinger here fell, or he got, no, he won the race. Whoever was first fell, I think it was Anderson, and then we got 4th.
And the last rider crosses the finish line.
Yeah, it was Anderson that
tonight's
fell.
Main event. Let's take a look at the
exciting action.
And now we're
right,
at Indianapolis
for this rider.
For the Lucas Oil Stadium here for race number 5th, no,
Eyes on the gates.
9, race number 9. This race was one of the races where I got to the lead and kind of just got to the lead and couldn't really make it happen. Kind of like the 3rd main in Arlington. I got to the front, but I couldn't make it happen. So as we get that line, we go up to about 4th. Then you got Dylan Ferrandis in front of us. We eventually get to him, but the sand section will come into play later as my downfall in this race. because I wanted to quad that. I really wanted to see if I could. We wrecked him on accident because he kind of slowed down, or in the whoop section they're kind of slow, so we caught him faster than I thought I would. And then here we just went too wide and then slid out a little bit, let Hunter Lawrence and Chase Sexton out in front. And then we go back in the third, and then that's where we finished. Plessinger did fall back, or no, Hunter Lawrence fell back, and Malcolm took his place. Alright, he just stayed in second position throughout the rest of the race. And I almost goofed up to give third away to Plessinger, but luckily we finished in front of him because we need that for points. Because he's the leader in the standings, as you see there. Aaron Plessinger with, I think, about.
Take a look at the applause is pouring for this rider, and with the
math is really hurting. 6 point. There we go. Now we're at Birmingham. The other Triple Crown race that we had in our very cut up video. Our cut up race. Because I have to smash 3 mains in one race. Also, since these files were too big, I had to like upload it to my YouTube and then download them and then delete it. The files were just too big for my little USB drive. Everything else was perfect. I should probably just cut it up beforehand, because that would probably be easy. Probably will try and use that next time. That's why you can tell there's a little downgrade quality. When they're on the last lap, we get around McEarl, and we're able to get fourth because we got around. We were able to get around them, but then we just got stuck up because they like the tough parts coming back up on the track when you take the high side, which is what really annoyed me in this race. Now wasn't bad on the start. When we get to this was also a race where this main and the second main, I think, were the 2 races where I've gone to the front, but the sand section just absolutely destroyed me. I think that's what was my downfall, and it was my downfall in Indy, was the fact that the sand is just super, like, you gotta, like, tiptoe that and have speed at the same time, which is not a good practice, especially since the AI have a little grip boost. Also, just fast in general. But we almost lose second to Sexton, but Aaron Plessinger and him collide going up the face of that triple. Miss the triple, and then we get around for second. And then the last main here. As we were trying to, like, cut it under, but not like cut the track, and then we get cut the track, and then we get set back so far in this one. Now we had to really force our way back up to the front. Up the third for a minute, 12 remain, and then we get around Brandis, and then we almost hit Marshall there. Scrubbing the bridge there. But yeah, that's pretty much where we end up. See, again, we were there, it's just we can't make up the positions because the AI are just too good.
Let's take a look.
But we get first overall, which is good for our points because Aaron Plessinger got 6 overall, and we passed him by 3 points. And then this is.
There's no.
Hold up, I gotta see what this track is. It's Seattle. This is Seattle. The track that I actually won. Pretty much the first corner. As you're gonna see here. Perfect game. Perfect jump there. Get down the inside. Go through turn one, and then gone. That's literally the story of the race right there. The start and me getting the lead. And you can really tell that these jumps are really downsized, and that's why they need to upgrade or update those jumps. I feel like this track and some of the tracks need peakier jumps, but not super peaky. Like Glendale. I feel like they should have peakiness to them, about like Anaheim, maybe. Anaheim 1. I didn't understand that inside part in this track because I didn't think it actually did anything to my favor. There's a lap at Seattle, and then we're gonna move to the last lap of me literally still in first, with a pretty good gap over Malcolm Stewart. Just trying not to wreck, because he's still right there, and he can still easily take it away from me if I wreck. So I'm kind of just finding the ruts, hitting the ruts, in an angle where I can make it through the corner at least without wrecking. Seattle. Yep, we're on the last corner. Nice scrub off of that thing. Look at that. Low to the ground.
This is the leaderboard with the
and
final
we
results
enhance
of this
our points lead by
over
over 10 points as Sexton. No, it was Stewart passed Plessinger in the point standings for second, as now Plessinger is third. Now we try to do what we were doing at Glendale, where we back up and then gas her up to see if we get a jump start. And then here we get through the middle of all that pack. And then we got stuck on the outside and we slid out. Just being a little too greedy. Took our web there all over the place. Another race where we were there, but just couldn't get it because we started too far back after the first quarter. Up to fourth, and then up to second. Sexton's up to first. Now we back to third as Barshik is 5. Kind of put rocks in the tough blocks there. Then we're gonna do a little slide on Barshik in front of him. Then the last lap, heated battle with me and Sexton. As I don't remember how. Oh, that was probably why I just choked up there. Don't really remember how I really lost this race. I think it was this outside hill right here because I kind of butched it and then I almost went into there. And then I hit the tough blocks. I don't know. It was coming the last corner. I would kind of messed up the jump there, kind of choke up. Then we go inside trying to block them off, and we hit the ruts slow down a lot. I pretty much wrecked Sexton out of a win. And then right here, I thought I was going to get the bar shut just enough, but couldn't get to it. But we finished second, and we keep the points lead, so that's really all that I care about.
What an incredible race in tonight's